What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Dillian, the body snatcher Whyte, and he had some interesting things to say about Anthony Joshua. He said this: Whyte, Joshua is vulnerable, especially when hit on the side of the head. Okay. He believes, of course, the interim champion believes that Anthony Joshua is vulnerable. Okay, and this is what he had to say. He said he's vulnerable to getting hit on the right side of the head. It's the punch that he got hit with against Andy Ruiz. If you hit him on the side of the head, he goes over. I don't know if he's got an equilibrium problem or whatever. Okay. He said also he underestimated Ruiz. Sometimes you can get carried away, Whyte said. He said his team around him, some of the younger guys probably gassed him up. I don't know why he came into that fight looking like it was a walkover job. Ruiz did a good job, but Joshua did exactly what he could have done. Outboxed him, beat him up. Ruiz keeps asking for the third fight, but there's no chance. Wow. Okay. What do I say about this? I have to absolutely, positively agree with Dillian Whyte. I've told you guys, the guys that follow this channel on my live streams, I've preached, I've debated, and I've told everyone that Anthony Joshua, he does not have a weak chin. Okay? He has a weak dome. Okay? He's not one of those guys that, he's not an Amir Khan. Amir Khan cannot get hit anywhere in the chin whatsoever. Cerebral area, he's out like a light. Click, he's done. Don't blink. Anthony Joshua, the place that he was hit by Andy Ruiz was one of those areas that a lot of people suffered at. George Foreman himself has said it many times, is be the people that have the best chins have the weakest temple areas around their dome, okay? Around the temple areas of their head, this area, right? This area right here, they can't take punches. They're vulnerable. That's their weak spot. That's their sweet spot, to hit those guys in that area and make them top over. You know, and it is true. And I believe that, and I keep telling people exactly what Dillian Whyte observed. That's what I've been telling people about Anthony Joshua. If you go for his chin, he won't give in. It's not his chin you got to worry about. He got a strong jaw and neck area. That's not the problem and the part that hurt him and affected him. It was this area right here. These areas, people, right here, okay? Do you see this area? This area right here is your temple area. They're pressure points. And if you get hit with any of that area, you can go down. It shocked his cerebral mainframe. When he got hit, look at Joshua's behavior. When he got hit, it was like, what the fuck was that? He didn't know what it was. He didn't understand that he was hurt by that punch. Okay? And he was hurt bad. That could have been a devastating blow. You know, people have been hit with that punch and died from the fact. Okay? Andy Ruiz knew what he was doing by instinctively throwing in the inside of Joshua's wide punches. Did he mean to hit him there? Probably not. You know what I mean? But the fact of that matter is, yes, he landed the punch that changed everything with Anthony Joshua and Andy Ruiz. Okay? And it just shows, and I got to give props to Dillian Whyte for calling this out, because that means that he's just observing his fighter. He knows something about Anthony Joshua. He's really focusing on this guy. He knows his weaknesses. He's really paying attention to this guy's habits. That's a good thing. Okay? And I tell you guys, I keep comparing Dillian Whyte to Juan Manuel Marquez and Anthony Joshua to Manny Pacquiao. Think about it. It fits. You got a guy that can box, that can fight, that's a good fighter, that's a decent fighter, that's been beat by the best, which is Anthony Joshua, whatever, in the heavyweight division. Just like Juan Manuel Marquez, he was beat by Manny Pacquiao. He was later beat by Floyd Mayweather. But what did he do? He kept on fighting, okay? And he was observing. He was a very smart fighter, and he beat the majority of fighters, and he kept building his resume until he got that opportunity again. So does Dillian Whyte. Dillian Whyte had that opportunity last year. He reneged on it due to financial reasons or whatever. But he's still in the same boat. Why? Because he's that guy that people like to see. He's an exciting fighter. He's a smart fighter, and he's learning more and more and more. Okay, and when Juan Manuel Marquez on this end, when he knocked out Manny Pacquiao December 8th, 2012, he revealed in an interview, he revealed that he knows that Manny Pacquiao will faint. And he knows he'll faint for maybe a second to a second and a half. And he knew he had that time to throw that punch because he's only a feint. He didn't have his hands up when he got hit. He was just shuffling in, right? You know, he was stutter stepping in, and he knew at that time, let me throw this right hand, because he had studied, observed the pattern of Manny Pacquiao. That's how he was able to throw that punch, land that punch, score that punch, and get the knockout, because Manny Pacquiao did not see that punch. Okay, neither did Anthony Joshua on this end. Anthony Joshua did not see that left hook from Andy Ruiz, a guy that he didn't know his punch, he didn't know his speed patterns, he didn't know really anything about him. He learned that he was fast, but he didn't know the guy could bang either. Okay, but I know he knows now about the left hook to the temple. But not only does he know it, Dillian Whyte knows it, and Dillian Whyte is what? What is he good with? The left hook. So it's something that he can captivate on, okay? My only counterpunch with Dillian Whyte, I know he's smart, I know he's learning, and I'm glad that he's letting everyone know that he learned, but some lessons you don't supposed to reveal to everybody, okay? I wouldn't have revealed it at all. I would have kept quiet, bide my time, because we don't know if Mauricio on the WBC side will give him the opportunity, real talk. I think his thing is to wait for his matchroom stablemate, Anthony Joshua, to get the opportunity. And he better hope that Anthony Joshua beats him, because you know Anthony Joshua is going to give him the opportunity when all the smoke clears. That's my best bet for Dillian Whyte. But it just shows Dillian Whyte's, he's paying attention, he's focusing, because he knows what to expect, and he's telling everyone that, hey, he's vulnerable to left hooks. But again, here's the thing. If by Dillian Whyte saying this to everybody, by he's saying that Anthony Joshua is vulnerable in the temple, that just spoils the whole element of surprise. Okay, and let me compare something to you, give you a little history lesson. We got to learn something on this channel too, okay? Learn something about classic fights. And what we learned was Max Schmeling in the first Joe Louis fight. Joe Louis was champion at that time. And guess what happened? Max Schmeling said, I seen something. And they were like, what did you see, Max? He was like, I won't tell. I will not tell. But I've seen something, and I will show you in the fight. Right? And what he revealed is Joe Louis lowered his hand after he threw a hook. He lowered his left a little bit too low, open for the right hand. And he caught Joe Louis and knocked him out, people. But that was because the element of surprise. So I think Dillian Whyte should shut the fuck up, knowing what he knows, by his time, which is too late now. But if he finds anything else out about Anthony Joshua, keep it to yourself. I know we're in quarantine, so people feel its need to express themselves to the public, to the media, and all this stuff like that. But that's something he should have kept to himself as a private weapon, right? That's something that he should have known, hey, I can use. But it takes the power out of it when you say it publicly. Max Schmeling didn't say it publicly, and what did it do for him? He became the German heavyweight champion of the world. Not Nazi, because he wasn't a Nazi. It was just, unfortunately, at the time the Nazis took over Germany. Okay? But he was a German heavyweight fighter, and he was able to knock out the great Joe Louis because the element of surprise. Okay? So it does sound interesting. It's very interesting, I might add. And it just shows you a lot about Dillian Whyte. You guys tell me what you think about his comments about Anthony Joshua being vulnerable, on his dome or temple areas. Of course, please subscribe, and you guys been counterpunched. Peace.